Hey everyone, this is a trader investor, and in this video I'm going to show you how I set up my charts in TradingView. This is just what helps me analyze the market quickly and see buying or selling opportunities for me to take advantage of. So let's just dive right into the charts and take a look at that. So usually when I'm analyzing the market, I start with my monthly view, and on a monthly I have nothing on here but price, and I will add trend lines, support, resistance, just to tell me where potential area of value is for the markets to come test and reverse. So those would be my entry points. Area of values is what I look at, and if you are not familiar with what I mean by area of values, I have a couple of videos that go over that extensively, so just take a look at that, please. So that's all I see on my monthly, and then I go to my weekly. The reason why I look at the weekly is each monthly bar, which is 4 to 5 weeks long, I want to see what price has done. It's just not enough to see the up and down of that one bar. I want to see what price has done, because it might give me some buying opportunities, even if it doesn't go all the way down to the major trend line. So that's why I want to look at the weekly. And when I draw my trend lines, the blue line is my monthly trend line. I don't normally draw a trend line on my weekly chart. If I do, I'll keep it as blue. And then from weekly, I go to daily. Then I want to see each weekly bar, what it's doing. Here you'll see some green lines. These are my uh, daily support, resistance, and trend lines. And I change color is I don't go and change color every time I draw them. I just draw the line, and then I have a template that tells me, okay, which one I want to select, and or if I draw a new one, save drawing template as, that way I can reuse it. This is just an easy way for me when I'm looking at the daily, for example. I can easily tell, oh, okay, here's the major monthly trend line. Where am I in relation to the monthly? And I don't even have to go to the monthly anymore, because I can see it here. And then on my daily trend line, here's where the daily trend line is. And on the daily, you'll see I've added a few things. I add volume. This just to confirm the conviction of that move. If there's a strong down move, was it followed by volume? Then that tells me, okay, it's a strong pullback. If volume is really light, as you can see on January 14th and January 15th, uh, January 15th was actually a little bit higher volume, but on the 14th, the volume was below the average. So I'm not too concerned when I see something like that. I want to see big bars, big volume. That tells me, price is, heading uh, for deeper pullback. I don't know how deep, and nobody can ever tell until it's done. But usually you have some support and resistance that you look at to kind of gauge where it could stop. So that's how I use volume. And then I'll come back to uh, the oscillator here. And then I look at the market sentiment. What is the VVIX telling me? What is the put call ratio telling me? If they're both red, based on my color coding, meaning the VVIX above 120, the put call ratio above 1. If both of them are red, or at least one is red, one is yellow, then that, for me, that's a sign of a deeper pullback. If both of them are blue, that means the whole market is very greedy, thinking the sky is the limit, we're just going to go up. So that's how I use these, just to tell me the sentiment. They're not trading signals, they're just confirmations of what is happening. And then on an oscillator basis, this is my own oscillator, but you can add anything you want, the RSI, Stochastic, MACD. Basically, what I want to look at is there a divergence between price and my oscillator. And a good example I can show you is in the IWM. in IWM, when price was making a higher high, the oscillator was making a lower high. This to me is an indication that the pullback is coming. Pullback is coming. I don't know how deep, like I said. I never know how deep until it's done pulling back. So when I see this and I see a bar that is bigger than the last, 2, 3 bars, on the downside, I say very bearish movement on the 16th. That's when you can say, I'm going to enter a put position, I'm going to enter a hedge position, or I'm going to exit out of an existing long position. So that's how I use these as just a confirmation confluence with my narrative, my overall narrative. So from the daily, I go to the hourly, and then on the hourly, this is where I pull the trigger. So simple as well. You see no indicators on here except support resistance. Even this box is a support area, right? I view support not as a line, but as an area. So this is the support area that we're trading against. And so as price is testing that support area and breaking this trend line, this is where I see an entry possibility. So I use the hourly for my entry. Again, very simple, clean chart. Volume is here just for confirmation, and also my oscillator here if it gives me some opportunities to see there's a divergence. On the daily, my main divergence look, but on the hourly, I see it sometimes as well, and I use that for my entries and exits as well. So this is the main charts. This is how I view them. And then how do I find the symbols that I want to track? I add a watch list. You can have multiple watch lists. You can create one or just use one that already exists. You can add tickers to this watch list, or you can make a copy of this watch list, rename it, export it, and start to view different things. So by just clicking on here, it will automatically change the chart. So that's how I like to view it. Now, if you're wanting to add any indicators on here, very easy to do as well. You just come to the indicator and just search for the indicator that you are looking for and just add it. And if you click multiple times, it will add it multiple times, and then you're done. And if you no longer want it, you can just come out in here and exit out and just get out of this. If you like your chart setup the way it is with all your indicators and you don't want to lose it, but you want to see something different, you can just save a template, save indicator template as, and you can save the symbol, the interval, and of course the indicators. And I have some already saved, so that's why you see me switching very easily between my daily, my hourly, my monthly, and my weekly. I can very easily switch between those. If I want to add an alert, for example, I like this symbol, and I want to see when it breaks this price, I want to get in. I just click on add alert at that price, and it will send me an email. It'll pop up here. It'll send me a signal here, and I will enter the position or get out of position, whatever the case is, based on my alert. Uh, you can compare a chart to another symbol. Let's say we want to compare the cues to the spies, just as an example, and it will add this orange line here that you see is how the SPY is doing close bases in relation to the cues. So you can easily add that ticker there, and you can also remove it if you're done with it. And then on this left side, you have various drawing tools. And if you like a drawing tool and if you're going to use it multiple times, you can just put a yellow star next to it, and it will give you these favorites, right? Favorite drawing tools that you can use multiple times, and that drawing tool can be moved very easily. So this is how I set up my chart very easily. I like to see it all on one chart uh, and go, use templates to go from time frame to time frame. I have another setup which is a little bit harder for me to read the way it is laid out. And as soon as it loads, you'll see that I have four charts on one layout, and all those four charts are the same symbol but different time frames. All those four time frames that I showed you a few minutes ago, but those time frames showing on one page here. And what that does is just makes it a little bit hard to see. So if I want to take a look at each one of them separately, for a clearer view, then I have to expand that particular chart, take a look at it, and then come back, close it, and then take a look at the next one, right? And so on and so forth. So you can easily do that as well. But my preference is just, one chart where that one chart has different templates, and I just load the templates. And I don't know why my charts are loading slow today. I apologize for that, but that is just basically how I'm looking at my charts. I just use templates to do that. And so this is a very easy setup. And if you like TradingView, if you want to check it out, it's completely free to use. I'll just put a link down below in the description so you can take advantage of that. With that, I want to thank you for your attention today, and I will see you next time.